Robert's company makes these bases, like so. Yeah, you interested? Okay. So what I've done, as you can see a few of them here, I mount them on a IKEA base, which you can basically get from IKEA like this. Can everybody see? Everyone wants to come around closer. So this is your typical IKEA base, which you can get from IKEA for about $5. Yeah. Yeah.
No. Some people think it's a picture frame. We think it's a base.
Yeah, no, it's not one that big. So basically, that's what you get. You can discard the glass. You can discard the backing thing here.
Actually, the glass is good as a base for cutting photo etch.
Very true. Very true. So what we're going to do here? The first thing we're going to do. First thing I do when I go to do with these bases, I spray it matte black. See that? It's matte black.
Tamiya?
Pardon? Tamiya, whatever color you want.
XF1.
XF1, you can do whatever you want. Now, the thing is, what we want. The first thing we have to do here, we have to cut this to actually match the actual frame itself. Now, I've done it in the past. I've done it with a saw. Tonight we're going to try using a saw, or we can actually score it and break it. So I think what we're going to do here, and Sergio's going to help me here. Yeah, we're going to. This is here. It's just basically a hacksaw blade. So what we're going to do.
They said if you score it and try and break it, not shatter or break up.
Well, that's David. That's what we're going to find out now.
That's the experiment.
We're all wearing our safety glasses, or actually we're not. Don't attempt this at home, guys. Okay, we are. Serge is a professional. Okay, so don't attempt this at home.
I remember wear these your safety glasses.
Yeah, safety glasses. Working. Okay, and we're gonna score it on both sides. Am I correct, Sergio? Now the other alternative is that Robert could actually make these to actually fit the base, but that would be far too complicated, of course, you know.
With the cookie sheet that he's poured from his wife.
But he doesn't have to.
No, because we're professionals.
Because we have
the technology to cut these.
No, because I found a base.
Oh yes, that's true. Another alternative here is that Chuck found these in at the dollar store for $2, which kind of comes contradictory, and these actually fit, so you can do the same thing.
Yeah,
so,
my martyr is on one of them.
Yeah. So basically, you can do whatever you want. Yes. Don't try this on on your wife's best dining room table. She'll make it mad at you.
Oh, you know from experience?
No. No, look at that. Perfect. Yeah. So we're trying to get thinner.
Okay, how did you actually do the breaking? Is that scored?
Yeah.
Scored on both sides?
Yeah. That's asking. How did you do it, Serge?
So you break it like your drywall?
Yeah.
Drywall, yeah.
Okay.
You use it after you use it.
Yeah, and you can use this now if you want to do a little figure base. You got a bit left over here, so you want to do a 54mm figure. You can do that as well. So now we're going to do the. Does that fit in there? If anybody wants to come up closer, get closer and look at it, by all means come up.
We're waiting until it's finished being...
Yeah, yes, yeah. All right. All right. Okay, we're in business.
If one of us showed up at the front, then everybody's going to go show up.
Yeah. Well, can everybody see there?
Yeah.
Everybody can see?
Really helps.
That's excellent. Okay, mirror helps. Great. Does everybody know what dry brushing is? Okay.
What's dry brushing?
Dry brushing. I'm glad you asked that, Chuck. Dry brushing is when you draw a limited amount of paint across an uneven surface and it catches the highlights.
much is the limited amount?
Well, we'll soon find out, Chad. I'm glad you asked that question. Here we go, look, perfect. Ta-da! Okay, now, see this? This now fits perfectly into our base, okay? Now this can be secured later on with some 5-inch epoxy or something, whatever you wish to use, okay? Hot glue, whatever you got. Alright. Okie dokie. Thank you. Thank you very much indeed. Thank you very much indeed. Perfect. Alright, so, okay. So what I'm going to do now, thank you, sir. That was very good, very good. Thank you very much indeed. What I'm going to do, I'm going to take the black here. I'm going to get some Tamiya grey. This is just a Tamiya, let me see what colour it is. Unfortunately, I've run out of NATO green, so I'm going down to using IJN grey Cure Arsenal, whatever that is. Curry, that's the one. Okay, what I'm going to do, I'm going to take key, and I've got my, here we go, I've got my little doohickey from Curry's. I'm going to put a little bit of grey paint on here. Yeah, I find this very good for recreational pharmaceutical consumption. So I'm just putting a little bit of grey paint on there. A little bit of grey paint. A little bit of grey paint. And I'm just going to take it, just a little bit of dry brushing, just do that a little bit. And then just start dragging it across here. See what I'm doing? Just doing that, dragging it across here. And it's starting to, see it's starting to bring it out. You know, you don't have to be too, careful. Just flick it back and forth, like so. And you can see how it's starting to pick up. No, the thing about this, Dave, you can use anything you want. I have some Imperial Japanese grey Kuro Arsenal, which I have free, so I'm going to use that. You could use oil. You see how it's just picking the detail up?
Not from here.
Well, in that case, come closer. Or get better glasses, Dave. You see how it's just picking up? By the way, you can see the guys are setting up outside, so when they'll let us know when it's ready, when they're ready for us to go out and see them.
Unless you're Stuart Fraser, and then you go right there, and you don't care.
No, fuck.
Stuart Fraser, I'll fly it there. He left us and
Drove
to Hornet.
Yeah, spent $10 in gas to save $1. Yeah.
I was just like, are you high?
He just likes driving. You see how?
Here, hold on. Wait. Can anybody see this?
Can you see how they?
It's starting to pick up. It's a highlight. He's dry brushing.
Yeah, dry brushing. Now, you're an old country.
Here, hold on. Sit on my knee.
It's so much clearer. It's so much clearer without the accent.
Okay, we'll do the whole thing in. We'll do the whole thing in. Let's do it as Sean Connery. Yes.
Okay, it's really starting to come up now.
Yes, Miss Moneypenny.
What story are you telling?
Yes, Miss Moneypenny. Yes. Now, see, you can also do. Yes.
We'll be conducting missile drills.
If anyone wants to come out of a goat doing this, I'm sure everybody can actually dry brush, but
You're making a perfectly white paper towel filthy.
Yeah.
See how the paper towel's coming out.
Yeah. You see it? This is somebody goes, oh, in Europe they use red bricks. Well, I don't know. They can use any color they bloody well want. Anyway, as you see, over time you build this up to a point. You build it up over time, and you see it's lighting up now. It's difficult to make a mess of this, because if you do make a mess, what you really want to do is set yeah, you spit on it as well.
Just like the Food Network.
Yeah. What would help now? We have a little glass of white wine. Remember that? What's that? Graham Kerr. They always half pissed.
It was totally.
So you're saying you had a few before you came?
We'll do it by the time I finish.
Hey, I do. It makes my models better.
Yeah, madly. Actually, there wasn't too many Americans up there yesterday. It's already bought. You're not supposed to go until you've been told. Too late, I know. That's why I'll talk to my bloody self. That's starting to take shape. Starting to. Actually, it's working out better on the
Your mirror
t-shirt.
above your head shows up.
Oh.
I know, but it's a picture. This is all fascinating.
Yeah, gotta go.
I only bought 2 pins yesterday.
That's good.
You see it? You can see yourself how that's starting to pick up, right? Now it's a little bit dark, all right? So what we could also do, if you feel like it, we could get
White.
you know, white, or we could. I've got some buff here, which is another universal color.
We were worried. We didn't have anything.
Like 6 weeks out. Pillows. The problem there's a lot of stuff there. Yeah, I was surprised.
Robert, how much are these bases? About $18 or?
Yeah, 18 bucks.
They're available. Where are they available? From Hornet Hobbies.
Yes.
They're available at Hornet Hobbies. Tell them that Sandy sent you, and
And you get the
yeah.
discount.
Yeah,
probably
you'll
get
get.
thrown out the shop, you know.
Yeah.
Oh, that's what you're saying, he gets his discount.
Aye. Now,
It was about 180.
okay, so now I'm just going to give it a little bit more grey, and then I'm going to change to a buff color. See, actually, it's getting heavier now.
How long's that brush gonna last?
Oh, I know. I think I got this. I think I got this at Curry's. It's just a cheap brush. You don't,
They can be great.
Oh,
This
great.
is Warsaw.
okay, great.
So there you go.
This is
So I'm
Warsaw.
guessing this is, the Stare Miasto where you were.
Okay.
Yes, Warsaw. Old city.
Another thing, remember, under a streetcar, these are streetcar lines here, it would be oil and stuff would be dirtier. Yeah, by all means. Okay, so we're basically where I actually done 3 of these in one day, one afternoon. I just put one after the other, had everything set up, and I done 3 of them in one afternoon. Okay, now I'm going to just try maybe a little different colour. I'm going to use a little bit of tan, which is a very good colour, universal colour everybody uses.
That's okay. I don't. Anybody else? Actually, I was see that. That's what we're. I thought it was.
The only problem is if everybody does these, all the model shows will all be the same blooming models. You know, they all look the same. Yeah.
We may raise the tanks out of some of those frames.
Yeah.
For that ship.
The ship's up
That was the best ship in the whole place and the worst frame.
There's differences. That he is example towards the hall itself, or the lower hall. We'll call that the wild version. But they, like in front, do they have to be but that seems stuck. They can just wait. Or kind of like, I like how they're team.
But you could also use maybe a brown. Oh, hang on! I've got some. This is a flat Earth. What a brilliant colour to use. So, you know, you just do whatever you want. You know, it makes you. This
Sandy, just remember that the top of the ties where the railway runs, these usually shine.
That's a great idea.
John, we haven't forgot that, John. We'll be doing that later on.
Yeah. No, I've seen a couple of the faces with pretty go around the track lines. The cities have had these, they use it.
Okay, there we. This is, as I say, you can build this up yourself until you get something you really like, what color you like. And as I say, I'm going to leave the part where the streetcar runs darker from the oil and crap and stuff. Now, as John quite correctly pointed out, streetcars are normally, the lines themselves are normally shiny. So what I've done here, what I do,
Yeah, but they don't stay shiny long if there's no sunlight running on them.
No, but they're usually well used.
yeah,
I know, but if this is like in European town during the war,
Yeah,
Okay.
they use them in the war, like, but they clean the rubble up.
model color, it's something I use all the time actually. It's one of these colors I find which is really good. It's called German Cam Black Brown. It's a very dark brown. So what I normally do here is, I'm going to,
you told me that the only color you need is NATO green.
you do, it is true, Chuck, that is true. NATO green, but what I'm going to
NATO
do,
green and yellow green are the only two colors you need.
this, I'm just going to paint the streetcar tracks themselves. I'm painting them this German camouflage brown, okay? Now, this is a color I use all the time for doing machine gun barrels and stuff, and I'll show you why.
Why, Professor Sandy?
Because it's the way it is. It's exactly because it's like religion. You can't argue. You can't. Because it's the way that things are. And what I'm going to this stuff dries very quickly. And what I'm going to do here, I'm just going to. When that dries, it'll dry this brown color, and I'm just going to give it a bit more of this. As I say, Dave Brown at Hornet Hobbies. Does anybody else sell them, Robert?
Yes.
Just Dave Brown. Can you buy them directly from you, Robert?
No.
No. Okay, you have to get them through Dave Brown.
Yes.
And Robert's got, how many different types have you got, Robert? 3 or 4 different bakes?
Around 8.
Around 8. Some are a bit more complex, some are more complicated than others, some are a little bit less complicated. Okay, now, I don't know if you can see that or not, but you can see the brown. That's the brown on the actual tracks themselves. Okay, let that dry. What I use here is a substance here. Where's the name of it? This is one of my favourite things. It's the Big Pigment Dark Steel. Okay, now you could use a light steel because, as people say, if they're used a lot, they will get shinier. But I'm gonna let that dry. Just take a little bit of this. I have one particular brush which I use for it. This is a brush which I've cut down a bit, and I only use it strictly for the application of the MIG pipe paint, the graphite. So once that's dried, I'm just going to do that. You see how that shines?
Is that graphite from commercial supply?
Oh, it's MIG. It's a MIG. It's the MIG graphite, all right?
If you don't want to buy MIG graphite, if you get a drafting pencil and a drafting pencil sharpener, like a Stedler, you can make your own graphite.
You can. This is a.
It's a little bit brighter than what you got out of the MIG.
Yeah, I mean, you can
You can do that too.
You can.
Pigment's nice though.
You can, this will last you your whole life, right? As opposed to messing around sharpening pencils and
Well, I use the pencil too.
Yeah, that's good. And this is not dry yet. You have to wait till it dries. All right, this is the AK wash. You can then, if you wish, just run a little bit of this. Now, actually, I would normally have some thinner. I didn't make any thinner with me, but just a little bit. You can. This I might have to. Yeah, it's not good. I should have thinned it out more. Anyway, you can see yourself. You'll get the rust in between the rails and stuff. That brings me on to another point. If you wish to, you can also use a. I've got, for example, here I've got this. This is Africa called Dust Effect, which is a very light. You can also put that in as well. Okay, this is actually not coming out too bad. This is actually one of my favourite bases. Is the one with the railroad tracks. Streetcar, railroad, well, whatever it is, whatever they use. It's for the new Bombardier. Oh, I forgot. I should mention that, shouldn't I? Yeah, Andy Byford. This is his favourite base for the Andy Byford base.
Yeah, because there's no streetcar on it.
Yeah, that's why it's not very bright. It's almost dull. But we will be getting them soon, apparently, according to the Bombardier. Well, when you buy a quality product from Mexico, what do you expect?
I thought they were done in Thunder Bay.
They're assembled in Thunder Bay, but the components are made in Mexico.
Oh, that's what.
Yeah, well, they are. They're crap. Okay, so not enough cheap people to assemble them.
Yeah.
Doesn't that look nice?
Ooh.
Doesn't that look nice? I mean, I think if I was going to.
I got a family portrait that was just like
Yeah.
Yeah, they're all dead.
I think.
Well, they were buried under the tracks. Were they?
I was miniature Alan Poe.
And you know, basically, you're going to have your vehicle sitting on this. You won't see a lot of it, but you can, as I say, you can lighten this up. If you make it a little bit lighter or something, but or you can even get these can come in a lighter color. You can get them in white, though. I think white would be a very good color. But you can get them in maybe a wood or something. So
What would you stick inside to keep it up, or how would you?
I would just what I put here. I just put some 5-minute epoxy. Just run some 5-minute epoxy or the glue gun. I think somebody said hot glue gun. Yeah, if you got one of those.
When I made mine, I just used Wellbond.
Yeah, Wellbond. No, I tried Wellbond once. It fell out for some reason. Yeah, it didn't work. So yeah, but you know.
Just know it's like the resins.
Okay.
Probably.
You actually have to use more than a drop.
Yeah, I just.
Wouldn't the hot, if it's the jar, wouldn't the hot?
But if you want to, I can. Let's try a little bit of this.
Better to glue a strip of wood under it. Silicone.
Then you flip it over and pour the whole thing resin.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, just like filled it.
Yeah, that's too much, you see.
Oh, the points.
Yeah, see, that's too much.
Laser points.
You could also just get some.
Right.
Oh, yeah, they might.
You could also just get some styrofoam with the speed.
I'm not sure I like this, but this is coming out lighter, and I see. I've just done. I might redo that again. But there's another way. See, now you've got in the center. I think that's a little bit too much. So I'll probably get a dark. Unfortunately, I didn't bring it. I'd probably use a darker wash. This is too light. But anyway, you can see the whole idea how you do it. Now, for example, you can do the same thing. This is one of also products Robert makes. I've sprayed this grey, and I'm going to do let's do bricks. Bricks are normally kind of a whole red colour. Same thing with whole red. You can do exactly the same thing. You can dry brush it with whole red. Same thing, just bring out, leave the grey because grey is the mortar, and just use different colour bricks, whatever colour bricks you want to use, and you'll get a similar effect. But the whole thing is, if you do something you don't like, you can simply go over it again with another colour until you get your desired effects. There we go, it's a little bit brighter. wrong with it? Okay, the picture's wrong. The actual model's right.
Yeah.
Different shades of grey to get a lighter grey for the
You can choose from here.
yeah. Just like there we go. There we go. So guys, that's about it. Does anybody got to come up and look at it, or they can do whatever they wish? You can look at it. You can come up here. Behave. So, yeah,
Then you just like wham this on.
yeah, I think that's too dark. I should have indicated this was a lighter. This one was a little lighter. So that's too light. This is actually a desert. I should have used a more brown colour. And you can see how the graphite there. See how that? I would normally thin it down a little bit, and then just let that run in there. For example, that one.
Pretty good for 25 minutes.
Yeah, you passed my jumbo. It's not correct. There we go. There's the one for the. There's what there. That's similar. You see?
This is yours too, sir.
Yep, these are all mine. Actually, once you get the hang of it, I done like 3 bases in a couple of hours. So that's the same thing. Yeah, well that's I put a wash in there. It's exactly the same technique, David. Yes, but I mixed some of this with a brown or something just to fill it in a little bit. And yeah.
Great presentation, thank you.
Okay, so basically, see, I'm not very happy with this one. I'm going to go home, I think, probably respray that back again, and then.
What you could do though is you could like dry brush darker.
Yeah, it's just easy to spray. It'll take me 5 minutes to do it. See, once you see.
Let's give Sandy a round of applause.
Thank you, thanks guys. And thanks Sergey, you got me cut it. There we go. As I say, the whole thing cost about $20.